Bandeham Shiguro Shiyatam Padakamalam Shigurun Vaishnavam Sya Shirapam Sagrajatam Sagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shirana Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishkam Vitam Sya Oma Gana Timaranda Shagana Jana Shlaka Chakshura Milidam Yena Tasma Shigurave Nama Gurva Bistam Supurkam Gurganara Sisha Sambhushidam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipanam Shirupa Padanagam Govindam Vidam Ujwalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwa Gurun Shah Divyat Bhagavad Premna Vibija Pradam Devam Divyat Tanum Suchandavananam Balarka Chelan Shidam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyambudim Sri Siddhanta Nidim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shubhanam Madeka Sharanam Yashishara Sridharam Vanchakopatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahamananyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. Premadhamma Deva Stotram, text number 21 on page 94. Dvashta sarva bhoma vara navyatarka shankaram Dvashta tad vivarta vara dhanaviya sambaram. Darshitartha Sarva Shastra Krishna Bhakti Mandiram Premanama Devameva Nomi Gora Sundaram Krishna 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 Nama Kirtanam Rama Rama Gana Ramya Divya Chandanartanam Krishna 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 Nama Kirtanam Rama Rama Gana Ramya Divya Chandanartanam Yatra Tatra Krishna Nama Dhana Loka Nishtaram Premanama Devameva Nomi Gora Sundaram Godavarya Vamatira Ramananda Sambadam Jnana Karma Mukta Marma Raga Bhakti Sampadam Parakiya Kanta Krishna Baba Seva Nakaram Premadama Devameva Nomi Gora Sundaram Dasya Sakya Vatsya Kanta Sevanotarotaram Shrestha Parakiya Radhi Kangri Bhakti Sundaram Shri Brajasva Siddha Divya Kama Krishna Tatparam Prema Rama Deva Meva Nomi Gora Sundaram Shanta Mukta Britya Tripta Mitra Mata Darshitam Snigdha Mudga Shishta Mishta Shushtu Kunta Harshitam Tantra Mukta Vamya Raga Sarva Seva Nottara Prema Nama Deva Meva Nomi Gora Sundara Atmanavya Tattva Divya Raya Bhagya Darshitam Shama Gopa Radhikapta Kokta Gupta Chestitam Atmanavya Tattva Divya Raya Bhagya Darshitam Shama Gopa Radhikapta Kokta Gupta Chestitam Murchitangri Ramaraya Bodhitatma Kinkara Prema Nama Deva Meva Nomi Gora Sundara Nasta Kushta Kurma Vipra Rupa Bhakti Toshanam Ramadasha Vipra Moha Mukta Bhakta Poshanam Nasta Kushta Kurma Vipra Rupa Bhakti Toshanam Ramadasha Vipra Moha Mukta Bhakta Poshanam Kala Krishna Rasa Mukta Bhatatari Pinchara Kala Krishna Rasa Mukta Bhatatari Pinchara Prema Rama Deva Meva Nomi Gora Sundaram Ranganata Bhatta Bhakti Tushta Bhangi Vasanam Lakshmagamya Krishna Rasa Gopikaika Poshanam Ranganata Bhatta Bhakti Tushta Bhangi Vasanam Lakshmagamya Krishna Rasa Gopikaika Poshanam Lakshma Vishta Krishna Shirsha Sajasada Nakara Prema Rama Deva Meva Nomi Gora Sundara Brahma Samhitakya Krishna Bhakti Shastra Dayakam Krishna Karna Sidhu Nama Krishna Kavya Gayakam Rudra Raja Shirsha Sevya Mandiram. Premanama Devameva Nomi Gora Sundaram. Ratagra Bhakta Gita Divya Nartan Adbhutam Yatri Patra Mitra Rudra Raja Richa Matkritam. Gamadi Tattva Rupa Kavya Sancharam. Gamadi Tattva Rupa Kavya Sancharam. Premadama Deva Meva Nomi Gora Sundaram. Nomi Gora Sundaram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Yes. Soon to be, but not tonight. Okay. Okay, tonight is Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the hidden treasure of the sweet absolute, with translation and commentary by Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev-Goswami Maharaj. And this is
Jai Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj ki Jai.
This is chapter 4, Jñana-yoga, the path of knowledge. Wow, these roses are from here and they're so fragrant. Okay. Text number 1. Number 1, the path of knowledge, Jnana-yoga, page 90. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha imam vishvasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam Vivasvan manave praha manur Ikshvaku bravit. The Supreme Lord said, I imparted this imperishable yoga of knowledge achieved by selfless action to Surya, the presiding deity of the sun. Surya taught it to his son, Vivasvan Manu, who passed it on to his son, Ikshvaku. So first to Surya, the sun god, and Surya taught it to his son, Vivasvan Manu, who passed it on to his son, Ikshvaku. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidu sakalaneha mahata yoga nashta parantapa. O conqueror of the enemy, thus the saintly kings, such as Nimi, Janaka, and others, learned this yoga, which was passed down to them by disciplic succession. But in the course of time, this teaching has been lost. So this knowledge had been imparted by Krishna to Surya, the sun god, to Vivasvan Manu, his son, and then to Ikshvaku, and then in turn it was passed on by parampara, from one guru to disciple. But over a course of time, what happened was called yoga nashta parantapa. That the connection, the line, had become broken by the passage of time. It has become lost. So now Krishna's imparting the same knowledge again, and he's speaking it to Arjuna, who's acting. We can say Arjuna said previously that he was accepting instruction from Krishna, and he says, I'm a soul surrendered to you. So this is how the transmission of knowledge takes place from guru to disciple. Of course, Krishna and Arjuna, they are close friends, but Arjuna has placed himself in a position of wanting to take instruction from Krishna. So Krishna is instructing him, and everyone is benefited by Krishna's instruction to Arjuna.
Hold it.
Sa evayam mayatedya yoga prokta puratana bhaktosi me sakacheti rahasyam etad uttamam. As you are my devotee and friend, I now reveal to you the supreme secret, the eternal yoga. So, as we've discussed before, yoga means to establish a connection. And in the beginning, here Krishna says, I imparted this imperishable yoga of knowledge. So previously, we heard about the path of action, karma yoga. Now we're hearing about the path of knowledge of yoga. But they're both aimed at the same goal, which is to establish a connection with Krishna. Because Krishna will explain later. He says, Bahunam janmanam ante gyanavam mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sadurlabha. When one acquires full knowledge, then one understands that beyond Krishna there's nothing, and then one surrenders to Krishna. So Krishna's relationship with Krishna is the result, or full knowledge leads to acting within one's relationship. So we can say, in a sense, there isn't that distinction between karma yoga and jnana yoga. They are both leading us to act for the satisfaction of Krishna. As you are my devotee and friend, I now reveal to you the supreme secret, the eternal yoga. Arjuna vacha aparam bhavato janma param janma Vivasvata katam etad vijaniyam tvam ado pruktavaniti. Arjuna said, Vivasvan, the sun god, was born in ancient times, long before you were. Therefore, how am I to consider that you previously gave these teachings to him? And Vivasvan is so much older than you, apparently, and you say that in the beginning you instructed Vivasvan, and then he instructed Vivasvata Manu, and then he instructed Ikshvaku. But Vivasvan is so old, and you're relatively young in comparison to him. How were you able to teach Vivasvan this knowledge? Arjuna said, Vivasvan, the sun god, was born in ancient times, long before you were. Therefore, how am I to consider that you previously gave these teachings to him? Sri Bhagavan Vacha Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna tani aham veda sarvani natvam veta parantapa ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swam adhishtaya sambhavami atmamayaya. The Supreme Lord said, O chastiser of the enemy, Arjuna, both you and I have passed through many births. I can remember all of them, but whereas you, O Arjuna, cannot. The Supreme Lord said, O chastiser of the enemy, both you and I have passed through many births. I can remember all of them, whereas you, O Arjuna, cannot. Although my eternal form is transcendental to birth and death, and I am the Lord of all beings, I appear within the world in my divine nature by my sweet will, extending my internal potency. So Krishna is here saying that both you and I are eternal souls, and we both pass through many births. But this is the difference between the Supreme Lord and the Jiva soul, the individual soul, that the Jiva soul is eternal and goes from one body to another, but cannot remember previous births, whereas the Lord is always in the spirit, is always in his eternal position, and his body is not material. He doesn't take a material body, so he can remember everything because his eternal body is full of knowledge, blissfulness. But Arjuna can't remember. So Krishna says, we were both around. I was present, and you were previously present since you're an eternal soul. But the difference is I can remember everything that happened previously, whereas you cannot. Then Krishna adds, although my eternal form is transcendental to birth and death, and I am the Lord of all beings, I appear within the world in my divine nature by my sweet will, extending my internal potency. So I'm not one of the conditioned souls. I don't come here and I'm not subject to birth and death and an eternal cycle. But rather, I appear here by my internal potency. And I am always, when in any circumstances, I am always eternally the Lord, the controller of all of the material nature and of the spiritual nature. I'm the Lord of all energy. So I appear to be within this world, but I'm not of this world. Yada yada dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyatanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. O Bharata, whenever there is a decline of religion and an uprising of irreligion, I personally make my advent. So Krishna not only says he has come many times before, but he explains why he comes. He says, whenever there's a decline of religion and an uprising of irreligious principles, atheism, At that time, I personally make my advent. And then Krishna will come, he will send his pure devotees, he will send the acharyas, teachers, but Krishna comes to eradicate irreligious principles of the world. Whenever there's a burden upon this earth, then Krishna will come. And as we understand, there are many divine appearances of the Lord. And then Krishna continues, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So these verses go together. Yada yada yadharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyattanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I appear age after age to deliver the saintly devotees, vanquish the miscreants, and firmly establish true religion. So Krishna is explaining the reason for his divine appearances. When there's a decline of religion and uprising of irreligion, I personally make my advent, or I come, and I appear age after age to deliver the saintly devotees, vanquish the miscreants or demoniac persons, and firmly reestablish what is true religion. Now, Krishna said at the beginning, then the course of time, yoga nashta parantapa. There was a loss of what he taught to Vivasvan. So he's, and again here he's saying he comes to protect the devotees, to vanquish the miscreants, and to again establish what is true religion. So, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvata jaktva deham punar janma naiti mam eti sorjana. O Arjuna, one who comes to know thus the truth of my pastimes, of divine birth and activities, does not undergo rebirth. After giving up this body, he attains me. My grace is revealed to him as my personal, transcendental, joyful potency, Hladini Shakti. His heart is melded in divine love, and he attains my eternal devotional service. O Arjuna, one who comes to know thus the truth of my pastimes, of divine birth and activities, does not undergo rebirth. After giving up this body, he attains me. My grace is revealed to him as my personal, transcendental, joyful potency, Hladini Shakti. His heart is melted in divine love, and he attains my eternal devotional service. So Krishna is explaining, if you will be able to understand Janma karma, Janma, his divine appearance, Janma, karma, his divine activities, Janma karma chame divyam. Divyam means that they are divine. So if you can understand the Lord's reason, his coming, his appearance, which appears to be birth, but actually he's descending in his eternal form. If you can understand that something about the Lord in that way, and if you can understand his karma means his activities. In this sense, karma means activities. But he's saying, he's saying, this is not an ordinary birth, and these are not ordinary activities. He says, Janma karma cheme divyam. They're divyam. They are divine. This is the Lord's divine appearance. He's appearing under his divine Hladini Shakti, his coming by his own pleasure potency. Chaktva deham punar janma naiti mam eti sorjuna. That when such a person can understand this about the Lord's true nature, chaktva deham punar janma naiti. Chaktva deham, when one gives up this body, Punarjanma naite. That person will never again come back to this world. Won't take birth again. Chaktva-deham punarjanma naite. Mameti sorjana. Mameti sorjana means he'll come to me. Will not does not undergo rebirth. After giving up this body, he attains me. He comes to me. Chaktva deham punarjanma naiti. Does not, when giving up this body, doesn't come back to this world. And then what happens to that person? Mam eti sorjuna, O Arjuna. Then he attains me. Then he comes to my divine abode and is able to remain always in relationship with me eternally. Vitaraga maya kroda manmaya mam upashrita bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhavam agata. Free from attachment, fear, and anger, many persons have taken shelter in me, absorbing their hearts in my services, hearing, chanting, and remembering. Purified by knowledge and the fire of ordeal in my service, they attain divine love for me. Free from attachment, fear, and anger, many persons have taken shelter in me, absorbing their hearts in my services, hearing, chanting, and remembering. Purified by knowledge and the fire of ordeal in my service, they attain divine love for me. So the persons will attain this stage by these processes which is being mentioned here. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasham, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam, and 9 processes. And one purified by knowledge and the fire of ordeal in my services, they attain divine love for me. So here we also see that this chapter is about Jnana-yoga, knowledge and knowledge which will lead to establishing a relationship with the Lord. But this is not just, we can say, inactive knowledge. But here, Krishna is explaining to Arjuna that persons take shelter in me. He says, Vita raga bhaya kroda manmaya mad upashrita. They're persons who are free from attachment, fear, and anger, and many persons have taken shelter in me, absorbing their hearts in my services. Vita raga bhaya kroda manmaya mad mam upashrita bahavo jnana tapasa puta mad bhavam agata. And so they engage themselves in service of the Lord, purified by knowledge and the fire of ordeal in my service, they attained divine love for me. So that divine service will wash away any impurities that one may have. Yeyata mam prapadyante tamsta taiva bhajamyaham mama manu vartante manusya partha sarvasha. Yeyatam mam prapadyante tamsta taiva bhajamyaham mama manu vartante manusya partha sarvasha. However people surrender to me, I accordingly reward them. Being the ultimate goal of all paths, I am the objective to be attained by all. O Partha, all men follow my various paths. So, yata mam prapadyante, as they surrender to me, tamstataiva bhajamyaham, then I also reveal myself, and I, as they surrender to me, I also reveal myself to them. Mama manu vartante manusya partha sarvasha. I am the object to be attained by all. Partha, all men follow my various paths. So as people surrender to me, I accordingly reward them, or I give myself to them. Now, Srila Sridhar Maharaj has also explained that Krishna, this is saying, just as Srila Sridhar Maharaj, when he presented that the goal of all the searching tendency of everyone is to search for Sri Krishna, reality, the beautiful, and this is the culmination of pardon me? That one is ultimately looking for the Supreme Brahman. That's a general prescription given in the Vedas. But that's really the more perfect form of that understanding is that everyone is looking for rasa. Everyone is looking for a relationship with the Lord. Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Normally people are looking for Brahman. But that's just a general formula. A more complete understanding will be that everyone ultimately is searching for Krishna, because what we're actually looking for is happiness, to be able to establish a relationship of rasa with the Lord. But at the same time, this looking for Krishna is not just from our side. It's also that Krishna is looking for us, that we have an eternal relationship with him. So while we're looking for him, Krishna is making so many endeavors to meet the conditioned soul. He may send his teachers, his devotees, persons to give us information. But Srila Sridhar Maharaj says that this is a general prescription, but he says in the case of the residents of Vrindavan, their level of surrender to Krishna is so far beyond what normally we can understand, especially when we consider the case of the gopis, of the eternal servitors of Krishna, the cowherd girls, Srimati Radharani. Krishna reveals that although I've given this general principle, yeyatamam prapadyante tamstataiva bhajamiyaham mama manuvartante manusya partha sarvasha, that as they surrender to me, I reveal myself accordingly, I reward them accordingly. But he says to the residents of Vrindavan that your level of surrender is so inconceivably wonderful, so advanced, that I am unable to repay you for your surrender. I'm unable to respond, because I am in awe of the surrender of such devotees, their level of great attachment and desire to attain Krishna. So Krishna reveals that. And now, I remember one time also, and sometimes people say this, being the ultimate goal of all paths, I am the objective to be attained by all. O Partha, all men follow my various paths. So generally, sometimes people will say, everyone's following the path, what they're trying to attain Krishna. But they don't understand how to attain Krishna or what that path is. What is the goal? And I was once traveling on a train with Srila Pavan, and there was somebody who came up to him and said, this was in India, and the person said, I believe we're all following the same path. We're all on, and then that person added, we're all on the same train. Then Srila Prabhupada said, all right, but do you know what the destination is? And the person said, no. And then Srila Prabhupada answered, well, then what is the ultimate good for you of being on a train if you don't know where you're going? You don't know what is the destination. Because if you're not sure of that, you may get down at the wrong destination. We may be on this, maybe going in the generally correct destination where everyone's looking for Krishna, but we want to be able to attain that. So Srila Govinda Maharaj said that some people, when they hear the Maha Mantra, they're hearing the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So they're thinking that this concerns Krishna and Rama, but Srila Govinda Maharaj explained, Guru Maharaj also, that this is not about really just a general chanting like this. Is not about Krishna and Rama. That's actually, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas is about the worship of Radha and Krishna. So when we say Rama in the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, refers to Radha Raman, that ultimately the whole Maha Mantra is about the service of Krishna and in the line of the Rag Marg of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So then, but he said there are many persons, they will chant the Maha Mantra, but they have different understandings what the Maha Mantra is about. There's a saying, Chaitanya's path with Shankaracharya's math. So some people will chant the Maha Mantra thinking ultimately this is something that leads to liberation, that it will help them to attain the level of liberation. But they do not understand that the Maha Mantra, the chanting of Krishna's names, is an eternal process and is going on in this spiritual world also. So different persons may ultimately have a different understanding. It's akin to what I was saying, that they don't know what the destination is, nor do they understand what is the meaning of the Maha Mantra, what is the purpose of Bhakti Yoga. They think it just leads to them to a level of attaining impersonal Brahman, and then all these things are forgotten or left behind. So people may have an incorrect understanding of this verse. Ye yatam mam prapadyante tams tataiva bhajami aham mama vartmanu vartante manusya partha sarvasha. That everyone is following this path, but ultimately, as we're talking about yoga, the yoga actually means to establish that connection with Krishna through knowledge, through action, everything. And ultimately, the perfect expression of the relationship with Krishna is complete. And that complete understanding will be that of Bhakti Yoga, where everything is engaged in the service. Actions, knowledge, thought, everything. So, and Kangshanta karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devata Shipram im manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. Persons who desire the fruit of their actions worship the gods, since in the human plane, actions swiftly bear fruit. The persons who desire the fruit of their actions worship the gods, since in the human plane, actions swiftly bear fruit. So they are thinking that by worshiping the gods, offering something to the gods, then the gods will be propitiated, the demigods, and they'll get the benefits. And we see that, for instance, in Navadip, they opened a temple of Sadashiva Gangadhar. But our understanding is the purpose of Lord Shiva is he's the protector of the Dham. So there in Navadip, of course, that's the divine abode of the Lord, the place of Mahaprabhu, non-different from Vrindavan, and Lord Shiva is the protector of the Dham. Still, of course, many local people, they'll come to that temple of Sadashiva Gangadhar and they'll offer worship is very popular among the young ladies that are coming there, hoping that Lord Shiva will be satisfied with them, and they're worshiping Lord Shiva and hoping to get a good life out of that, whether it's a good husband and that they'll be successful in life. They're young ladies. That's particularly popular worship of Lord Shiva for that purpose. And then other persons, they're considering that Lord Shiva is Mahadev and he can be satisfied by their worship, and that will be good for them. It will help them in the path of attaining some good results. So in this way, many people, as Krishna says, persons who desire the fruit of their actions worship the gods, since in the human plane actions swiftly bear fruit. So this is not sukriti, this is punya. This is punya, that your actions will give you some good results. Chaturvarnyam maya shishtam gunakarma vibhagasha tasya kartaram apimam vidi akartaram avyayam. The four social divisions classified according to the material modes of nature and corresponding activities are made manifest by me. Although I am the doer of this, know me to be the non-doer and unchangeable. The four social orders, classified according to the material modes of nature and corresponding activities, are made manifest by me. Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. The intelligent class, the governing class, the mercantile class, and the workers. The four social divisions, classified according to the material modes of nature and corresponding activities, are made manifest by me. Although I am the doer of this, know me to be the non-doer and unchangeable. So Krishna, in all these divisions of society, according Daivi Varnam, they're natural divisions, not by birth, but by actions and by quality, but not by birth. So in India, people think that this system is by birth, but it's actually created according to qualities of the individuals and the work that they do, not by where they have taken birth. And then namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spriya iti mam yo bijanati karma bir na sabhadyate. I'm never implicated by action, nor do I desire the fruits of action. One who knows me thus as the Supreme Lord, transcendental to worldly action, is never bound by action. So here also Krishna is saying, if you attain this level of devotion, of understanding, then you won't be bound up by your normal actions. Normally, this world is one of action and reaction. Just like Newton said, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So it's a law of physics. But that law of physics also has some validity as the law of karma. That everyone is, by performing actions, trying for their own enjoyment. They're enjoying something, and they owe a future debt for what they're taking from nature, from the environment. And they will have to pay that debt. But one who understands what is the purpose of samsiddhir haritoshanam, ultimately everything's meant to be satisfying the Lord by one's activities, then that person will not be bound by their actions. I am never implicated by action, nor do I desire the fruits of action. One who knows me thus as the Supreme Lord, transcendental to worldly action, is never bound by action. And I'll read one more verse here. Evam gyatva kritam karma purvar api mumukshubhi kuru karmaiva tasmat tvam purvai purvataram kritam. Knowing this basic principle, seekers of liberation in previous times renounced all fruitive work and performed their duties as a selfless offering to me. Likewise, you should adopt this yoga of selfless action, as did the great saintly persons of yore. Knowing this basic principle, seekers of liberation in previous times renounced all fruitive work and performed their duties. Knowing this, I'm reading 15. Evam gyatva kritam karma purvar ampi mumukshubhi kuru karmaiva tasmatvam purvai purvataram kritam. Knowing this basic principle, seekers of liberation in previous times renounced all fruitive work and performed their duties as a selfless offering to me. Likewise, you should adopt this yoga of selfless action, as did the great saintly persons of yore. So there is an explanation of this, and it comes, what?
Or we have doubt about the word yore.
Knowing this basic, seekers of liberation in previous times renounced all fruitive work and performed their duties as a selfless offering to me. Likewise, you should adopt this yoga of selfless action, as did the great saintly persons of yore. Well, this is our translator. He's using some little bit of older English, the persons of yore, of bygone ages, means previous. No, persons of yore. Yore means, Y-O-R-E, means from previous ages, previous times. It's a literary, it's an older word. Likewise, you should adopt this yoga of selfless action, as did the great saintly persons of yore, of the past. Then here's so you could say, but I thought this chapter was about karma, is about Jnana-yoga, and now it's being said, knowing this basic principle, seekers of liberation in previous time renounced all fruitive work and performed their duties as a selfless offering to me. Likewise, you should adopt this yoga of selfless action, as did the great saintly persons of yore. So you could say, well, that's selfless action, but I thought we were hearing about Jnana-yoga. Then Krishna explains in the next verse why this is pertinent, because he says, Kim karma kim akarmeti kavayopi atra mohita tate karma pravakshami yadgyatva mokshase shubhat. What is action? What is inaction? Even the learned have difficulty understanding this. Hence, I shall enlighten you in this matter, knowing which you will be liberated from inauspiciousness. So, if you can, if Krishna will explain why there's inaction in action if you're not attached to the results of your endeavors and you're working to satisfy the Lord, then there's inaction in action. Then you're not bound by the karma. And how there's also inaction in action, and how there's action in inaction. That even if you renounce the results of your work, even if you renounce your work, apparently, or give up your work, there's still action in that. You're still not in the perfect plane of understanding. Therefore, when Mahaprabhu is talking with Ramananda Roy, then he asked Ramananda Roy to speak something about the process of attaining perfection. And Ramananda Roy mentions a famous verse, Sarva-dharmam parijamamikam sharanam vraja ham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami majuja. He says, just surrender to me. Janma karma chame. He says, well, Krishna says, Sarva-dharmam parijja. You abandon all your conceptions of dharma, of duty, and just surrender to me. And then I will give you all protection, don't worry. But then when Ramananda Roy says this verse to Mahaprabhu, even though the verse is very true and very perfect, Mahaprabhu says, this is external. Say something more. Because you can't renounce actions if you don't understand who you are, what your relationship is with the Lord, and how you are to surrender to the Lord. Because you have to be able to hear from the devotee of the Lord and be guided by the devotee of the Lord. Otherwise, your renouncing activities will be imperfect. It won't lead you anywhere. So therefore, Krishna says there is inaction in action if you're not bound up by the fruits of your activities and you're working for the service of the Lord. And at the same time, there is action in inaction. You can be apparently renouncing all activity, but if your consciousness is not on the plane of worship and considering yourself as a servant of the Lord and in association with devotees, then even though you're apparently stopping all activities, you're still on the plane of karma. You'll still get results from that plane, which isn't the proper position. The proper position is not to renounce those activities which are to be offered to the Lord. So anyway, we'll continue tomorrow, I guess. With our.
So action and inaction, the difference is if you're offering it to the Lord or not?
Well, action in inaction and in inaction in action. Even though one's acting, one will not be getting bound up by the results if those actions are on the plane of devotion, bhakti. And action in inaction means that even though you've renounced this world and you're not doing anything, you've just stopped all activity, you'll still get the results of karma because your consciousness is not that of being surrendered to the Lord. So apparently you're not doing anything, but you're still active on the mental level, you're still active in terms of desires. So the perfect plane will have to involve coming to understand one's relationship with the Lord. And that is what really yoga means, to establish that relationship with the Lord. Anyway, I'm going to stop here. We'll sing Hari Haraya. Oh. Okay. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Hari Haraya Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohan Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raguna Shri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Dasa Raguna Chai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jao Ete Vignana Shabishta Puran H.I. Gosai Jar Mui Janardan Kasabar Badarenu Mora Panchagram Kader Charana Sevi Bhakta Saniban Janame Janame More Abhilash H.I. Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majayama Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Goriya Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naradamodan Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gona Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Nitai Gona Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridharaju Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Astatara Sadashi Srimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Astatara Sadashi Srimad Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Kamsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Vishvavarenya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Brinda Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Shri Navadip Dham ki jai, Shri Dham Mayapur ki jai, Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Saparshada Shri Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Koladvip ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki jai, Soquel Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram ki jai, Ganga Devi ki jai, Tulasi Maharani ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan Sham Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Manaju ki jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, all the assembled devotees ki jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj ki jai.